Hello, everyone. My name is Danny. This review is for the movie called Tolkien or Tolkien. I've always known it as J.R.R. Tolkien. I just thought that's how we say it. And in this movie, the whole time he's saying Tolkien. So there you go. Whatever you're used to. This is a 2019 film. I just came in from the theater and saw it kind of later at night, but I was really excited to see the movie. It's rated PG-13. It does run an hour and 50 minutes. It stars Nicholas Hoult, Lily Collins, Cole Meany, Derek Jacobi, and Anthony Boyle. It's directed by Dome Karukowski. Tolkien explores the formative years of the orphaned author as he finds friendship, love, and artistic inspiration among a group of fellow outcasts at school. This takes him into the outbreak of World War I, which threatens to tear the Fellowship apart. All of these experiences would inspire Tolkien to write his famous Middle-earth novels. Well, I'm going to be perfectly honest and say that this is one of the most boring movies I've seen in a long time. It really is. I have a lot wrong with this movie. I'm just going to spoil things for you and let you know the references they throw out for Lord of the Rings and everything, why this movie was made. We get to hear the name Sam. We get to hear the word Middle Earth. We get hinted at an elvish language for the fairies or something like that. And there's not much else. There's maybe like 6 words that get thrown out. But this is not a movie of like the beginning and how things were created with Winnie the Pooh. Like just things happening all the time that are referencing it all the time, and it's all about the characters, and it brings up happy feelings and stuff. And I was really hoping for that with Tolkien here, that we could get a glimpse of how he came up with all this stuff, but this isn't that. This is a period of his life, most of his life, but it shows the period of his life. And it's just stuff that's happening along the way. Literally. I got so bored with him and his friends as younger people and as college kids, just sitting on the couches talking. I bet 3/4 of this movie is people walking, sitting, talking. It is so boring. I thought people were going to walk out of my theater, to be honest. I think maybe 2 people or so fell asleep. I was sitting there looking around. People were very uneasy in their chairs. It just drags on. Like there's no real plot. It's just people talking. It's just like it let us view through a lens this guy's life. And it brings us along on the story, if you want to call it that. And it's just like, you and me sitting in our homes, sitting at school, talking to people about stuff. That's literally what this movie is. How boring is that? I mean, who comes up with that idea? So then the other side of this movie is when he needs to go to war. The main character. And they show glimpses of it because they want to throw us off of this boring stuff. I don't know. But they show glimpses of him being at war. And even that is like him being shell-shocked and laying on the ground. Like they show this picture, they show him, and then they go back to the story of the present day where people are just talking. I mean, come on, people. You can't You can't do something else. I mean, I literally want to poke this movie with a stick and wonder if it's dead or not because it's not moving. But I think the worst part of this whole thing, and I should have known this walking in, but this has a lot to do with the English people and their comfortable lifestyle and kind of the prestigious, side of things. And that's fine. I mean, I was kind of prepared for that. And I was fine with it at the beginning, these unruly young men. But, like, I mean, the whole part about them becoming friends is fine. The part about him finding a girl to like is fine. The stipulations that go along with that is fine. I mean, come on. This movie is just, it doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't do anything. It's just a glimpse of his life. And then at the end of the movie, we get to hear Hobbit. And that's where it ends. Then it tells us a bunch of stuff that you either might have known or you didn't know, and it's interesting. But I don't understand why this movie was made. I really don't. I think a good word is this is a sham and a disgrace to make for his memory, because they could have done something with this. Like they could have, turned it into a real adventure for him. And that's how, it turned into an adventure of a story. But we really don't get to see him write. It doesn't mention that he wants to be a writer. It doesn't mention anything. It doesn't have anything to do with the fact that he ends up becoming one of the greatest writers. It just tells us that at the end. So I just don't understand how they're honoring this guy making a movie about people sitting around talking, and how that's supposed to, interest people to going, oh, wow, I really want to know more about, J.R.R. No, this is like doing the opposite of that for me. I mean, I've always loved all the movies. I've seen them all. I didn't care that they were 3 hours. I thought they were really cool. I went back the next year. I was glad that it started where the last one left off. No movies do that anymore. And just, the whole adventure of it. Yeah, he's gone a long time ago now. It's been many, many years since Tolkien died. But, this is something that my generation was able to grow up with. We've enjoyed it. It's a great thing to hold on to. And then this movie comes and it kind of ruins, the adventure of it for me. Like it's just so plain now. Like I just don't like that they made this movie. I really don't. I was really excited to see it, and I was bored throughout. It was just this story of some people. I just don't understand the point. So I can keep repeating myself, or I can put this to an end. So I'm going to put it to an end. I'm going to give Tolkien a D-. I don't ever want to hear about this movie ever again in my life, but I will watch other Lord of the Rings stuff if there is stuff to watch. This last one, The Desolation of Smaug, is that right? I liked that one a lot. That was a great movie when it came out. So I think they can end up making some other movies, depending on what the stories are and everything. But I'll rewatch Lord of the Rings trilogy and the fourth movie and all this other stuff. So I like the movies. I just don't like this one. So I appreciate what the writer did for us, but I think this movie really disgraces him. So don't give it a thought. Don't give it a watch. Try and avoid it. Thanks a lot, guys. My name's Danny. If you like this or any of my other videos, try and give some of them a watch. Like and subscribe to my channel if you would. And enjoy your movies. Just not this one. Thanks.